Coffee. Focus. Hi, my name is Jeremy. This is Red Means Recording, and welcome to a Patreon Q&A video for 2021 January, the year that nothing bad will happen and everything will be great. Patrons ask questions and I answer them, and this one has a little twist to it, in which there were no music-related questions allowed. No music tech, no music production. So let's see what people have for us. Stephen Murdoch asks, thanks for continuing everything, man, and releasing all the files and everything. How is everything going for you in your life in these unprecedented times? What a wonderful question to start with. Stephen, I'm doing really well. Because of Patreon, I have been able to transition from a pretty toxic workplace environment situation that I ended up getting fired from to doing this full time. And it's surreal and amazing, and I am incredibly grateful for the opportunity. I wake up and I interact with people via lessons. I get to talk about music and stuff like that with people, and hopefully help people through their day and through their creative passion a little bit more. It's been a really good transition, and I'm almost nervous about how natural it seems and how good it seems, because like what will go wrong? But overall, I'm doing really good. Thank you for asking. Alex Silverman asks, what are your pets' names, and can you show us a video of them doing something cute? The two pets that I have are Riker, who is a German Shepherd, and Mia, who is a cat. I will attempt to get videos of them doing something cute to put in this section, so we'll see what the edit turns out like. I don't know. Christian Adams, in an alternate universe where Jeremy does not do music stuff, what job would you do? What's your non-music related dream job? That's a really good question. I used to really want to do like park service stuff, like work on Mount Rainier and be like a park guide or trail guide and stuff like that. I still think that would be a really interesting thing to do. I've decided that working in media is probably not what I want to do, and that includes video games and video production. In my experience, those are very toxic environments, and it never feels good. Like it's not great. There is a world in which I could be a freelance video editor, but again, it's not my favorite thing to do. I'd probably pivot entirely to something else, but I'd bring my OP1, so I guess it's a cheat answer. I'd still be doing music. Haha. Grant McManus asks, what is the last book you read? What is the last book that I read? 1 second. Pulling up my Kindle. The last book that I read appears to be The King in Yellow by Robert W. Chambers, which is part of a sort of Lovecraftian mythos SCP universe that I really like, and also a big theme in the first season of True Detective. It's a really cool book. Fluffy asks, what's the first thing you're going to do with this whole freaking pandemic situation is over with? Nothing. I'm not going to do anything different. My life is perfectly fine the way it is. I have no problem not interacting with people. I'll go to the bar. I guess we had some local pubs that we went to often, and I do miss that. We had a lot of good friends there with the bartenders and stuff, had a good energy. So, we'll probably start doing that again. Some of the pubs nearby have started doing like outdoor seating, but it's just like, I don't want to do it. So nothing much will change, honestly. Just won't be wearing a mask quite as often. Andrew Abrehout asks, what are your canonical burger fillings? I just made burgers. It depends on the kind of burger, but like the classic would be mayonnaise, mustard, tomato, and some form of cheese. And that depends on the vibe. So cheddar is the classic, but you can go for pepper jack if you're feeling spicy. Then if you want to go a little further, you do some avocado, or add some bacon. But you can like flip this script and do like mushrooms and grilled onions. So you like saute them up all nice, baby, and you put them on your burger, and then you probably use Swiss for that. But you can add avocado and bacon to that too. We've done like Tex-Mex flavored burgers with like a guacamole. Burgers are mutable. You can do whatever the hell you want with them, but the classic is always good. Michael Sweeney asks, are you a sports person at all? If so, what are your teams? I'm not. I don't follow sports at all. Sorry. Matt Sperlin asks, what hobbies do you pursue outside your studio? I keep the house clean. I really like cleaning and optimization and organization. I work on my motorcycle, though not much lately. It hasn't been getting a ton of mileage compared to when I was commuting. What else? I pet the dog. And what else? I guess in all fairness, I do play video games when given the opportunity. Hey, come back over here. Just played through Borderlands 3 co-op with my partner, and that was really, really fun. So, video games. Bay Brante asks, what's your favorite color? Gray. Michael Sweeney asks, how do you like teaching and tutoring? As I mentioned earlier in this thing, I really like it. It presents a very unique challenge, a unique set of challenges that I've never really encountered in this way before, but it ticks all the right boxes for things that I like. You know, I get satisfaction of hopefully helping people, and I'm actually putting my skills to a use that isn't just, hey, look at me, look at my music. You know, education's a really, really big important thing to me, and it's a natural extension of the YouTube channel and sort of where the YouTube channel kind of like ended up going. The OP1 videos sort of transformed into something that was entertaining and informative. You know, like they actually did talk about like what I was doing at the time. And then as the channel sort of diversified, education became more and more a thing. People wanted to know how I was doing something, et cetera, et cetera. So this teaching thing is sort of like an extension of that, you know, like now I can answer the questions personally and tailor these answers directly to the person and how they are thinking about their process. So I really, really like it. And like I said earlier, I'm incredibly grateful that I have the opportunity to do this now as opposed to what I was doing before. So good shit. Mark Lacey asks, what do you do for relaxation? Answer, must not mention music. That's fine. I exercise. I go for runs, and this is going to just go right into Kumit's question of what do I do for exercise. So 3 days a week, I go for a jog, take the dog with me, as long as he doesn't have search and rescue training, which sometimes he does, and we don't want to wear him out for that. And then the other 2 days, I do like basic strength training downstairs. I bought at the beginning of the pandemic when gyms closed. I bought like one of those like power tower things so I can do pull-ups and dips and push-ups, and I have I like a weight vest. I think it's like a 20-pound weight vest, and then I have like 2 5-pound ankle weights, so I'm able to sort of increase my body resistance on those things. So dips, pull-ups, and 2 types of sit-ups and push-ups with the weighted vest on. And that's the exercise thing, and that's what I do to relax. Honestly, like I'm a pretty high-strung person, especially since I drink a lot of caffeine and you know, imbibe nicotine quite a bit. So my life is pretty much this constant like pushing up against a wall of productivity / anxiety, and then pulling back with exercise. Huskatron asks, do you have any favorite board games? I still like Monopoly. BRNCRW asks, favorite city and why, other than Seattle, of course, but feel free to talk about the awesomeness that is Seattle. They think it's pretty fab. Yeah, cool. And then Jesse Merlin asks, to piggyback on this, favorite place you've ever traveled? I haven't traveled a ton out of the country. The only 2 places besides Canada I've gone to is Berlin and Tokyo. Berlin, I would say, is like my favorite city outside Seattle, and we almost moved there. We were looking into moving there. My partner was applying at SoundCloud, but pulled out after he learned a little bit more about the company, and also it was just kind of like difficult to conceive like how I was gonna get by there. This was before I had transferred to doing this full time, so I probably would have been okay if it had been now. So Berlin is way up there. Tokyo's dope, and I would love to go back, but you definitely feel the otherness there in a way that I've never felt before. You know, I can get by in Berlin. It's an expat city. Everyone speaks English. Japan is like a completely different animal, and it's beautiful and exciting, but I think the otherness there, you know, being a gaijin, it's a lot. Like, great place to visit. Wouldn't want to live there. coming home after being away for like over a decade, almost 2 decades, living in Baltimore and San Francisco and Oakland, like I had no qualms about returning to Seattle. I knew that it had everything I wanted, and it absolutely does. It's a great city. I love it. It's got its problems, but every place does. So what are you gonna do? McGuire asks, could you have imagined yourself where you are now in your life 4 years ago, or even a year ago? Does this hold any implications for you when considering the concept of free will? How much do you try to control what is going on in your life? What about flow states? Are you in control? Is anyone? He then follows up this question by asking, does this question suck? Could it be more pretentious? And then, does it matter? No, it doesn't matter. We really don't have what I would consider control over our lives. There's a lot of things that will happen to us either from within or without that, because of the complexity of our bodies and the universe, there's nothing we can do about it. You may have cells that decide they're going to have the wrong kind of party in your body, or someone will decide that they have decided that their car needs to go in a direction that doesn't agree with you. And every day these like little indications of this happen. I mean, you're sort of like pinballed around having to constantly make compromises about what you're going to be doing in the world, in relation to your own abilities, your own resources, and what other people are going to do. So to answer the original question, no, I absolutely could not have seen myself doing what I'm doing now. In that, while it was on my mind, like it was always a possibility to go full-time doing this, I never would. I didn't have the framework to consider it. I didn't have the impetus. I didn't have it wasn't an option. And then things rearranged, and then all of a sudden it became an option. Things can happen fast. Things can sort of like marinate over time, as something that you kind of like subconsciously rearrange parts of your life to achieve. And we can be deterministic about our decisions, and then sometimes things have to like click for them to work. The second part of your question, does this hold any implications for you when considering the concept of free will? I believe that we have agency to make decisions within the framework that we exist. But I also think that each one of us is extremely limited in the framework that we have access to, even though we think we know a lot more than we do. I don't know if that makes any sense or not. Free will isn't an illusion, but it's definitely not what we think it is to an extent. Eric Garnus Holmes asks, do you think we'll make it? Man, we're getting philosophical today in the Q&A. I don't know. Every day I ask myself that. I look at the state of the world and just how fucked up it is. And I look at the way that humans are, and what seems to be our base human nature and our predilection towards selfishness and self-destruction, at the expense, well, not so much self-destruction, though that is a big part of it, but more of selfishness, I think, is really like one of our biggest problems. And because of the state of the world and the way that power structures exist, selfishness can have incredible, far-reaching implications when it comes to how it affects large groups of people based on one or two people's decisions. And I'm talking about like the power structures of economy and politic. So, unless this is such a weird Q&A. What is going on here? Hopefully the rest of the questions aren't quite this deep, because I don't know if I have the energy for me in it. I think it's a 50-50 chance as to whether or not we'll make it. I think speculative fiction does a really good job of painting a picture of the inevitability of humans being tenacious enough to like make it to like the heat death of the universe, and also the very likely possibility that selfishness will win and we'll just destroy ourselves, and the Earth will reset, and we'll just disappear. Coffee. Dave Powlin asks, best bagel place in Seattle, best hidden spot to chill out in Seattle. Bagels, I don't know. I actually don't know about that. Sorry. We make bagels at home. Best hidden spot to chill out in Seattle, I'm not going to tell you. It's hidden. I'm a little biased because we live near Chief Sealth Trail, which is like this really cool walk path, really long walk path that goes under high tension power lines in Seattle. And it's not hidden, but it's like, I think only locals really like know about it, people that live right by it. So that was a real nice bonus when we moved to the place that we did, was having access to that. And I really, really like that. It's my happy place. It's where I go running. ConTM is asking really, really good questions here. Do you dunk donuts in coffee or any other beverage? Have you met people who do this? Yeah, bro, you dunk that shit. Dunk the donuts. Like if you got like a powdered sugar donut and some coffee, dunk that fucker in that coffee. And then the powdered sugar comes off a little bit in the coffee and you get like donut. And then the donut is like, it's like alchemy. The donut, its very nature changes and it's delicious. And it's like, why don't you dunk your donuts? What's wrong with you? Jiro Take asks, can we talk about food? Sure. Yeah, let's do it. How do you organize that? Anything like meal prep, shop often or do big runs? A favorite quick recipe, eating while working music, greasy synths. Yes, let's talk about food. How do you organize that? Anything like meal prep? Nothing like meal prep. We do cook a lot, especially since like the food delivery services around here have become like basically impossible to deal with. So we basically like on the way to or at the store on Sunday, like today, decide what we're gonna make, and then we pick up the ingredients for that. We have like a long list of recipes like in a Trello that we can pull from if we get stuck. Sometimes we'll try something new. Like last night we made Jaeger schnitzel with the mushroom gravy, and that turned out really, really well. It was just sort of a spur of the moment thing. Lately we've been doing like mostly we do like big runs, so like every Sunday or something like that. But lately we've been also like supplementing that by taking the dog for a walk down to the grocery store, and then like one of us will go in and grab the ingredients for that night's meal and then walk back and make dinner. Favorite quick recipe? I mean, anything pasta related, like, just buy some Italian sausage or meatballs and get some sauce that you like, or, pasta that you like, and that's it. Fry it up good, baby. Eating while working on music, only like dry snacks, like nuts and like fig bars. Greasy synths, ? Always. Everything in my room is greasy and dusty. Oleg, I'm gonna mispronounce this name, I'm so sorry. Oleg Cholanev asks, bar or club? Bar, absolutely. Used to go to clubs quite a bit in SF, and I always had just like the worst anxiety. Like, I mean, I like dancing, and there was definitely parts of the scene down there that I liked, like the club scene. But a lot of the clubs that I went to were at like bars, basically. A lot of the club nights I went to were basically at bars, and I always liked that vibe more than like a full-on club. Brian Perktold asks, when I was 15 years fresh, my family was my family, school was school, but what tickled me the most that year was fill in the blank plus in any age, if that makes... Oh, this is like a Mad Lib question. Jesus. So I don't know if this is a fun fact about me or a just fact about me. I don't like remember shit. I can't like pull memories from high school or middle school, except for like maybe one or two things. I don't remember what year it was, but this is the only answer I have to this. Like, I remember having the cassette tape of U2's Zooropa and a Game Boy and Zelda, I think it was Link's Awakening. And I remember listening to Zooropa and playing Zelda on the Game Boy, and that was like I was just like in like my happy place. So I don't know what I don't know what age I was or anything like that. I don't know if it's like because like my youth was traumatic, or because like I've heard that like ADD actually makes it hard to hold memories. I don't really have a lot of memories from back then. Sky King asks, what genre of books do you like to read? Number one is horror. Number two is sci-fi. I love horror as a genre in every media that it exists. Oren asks, best game you played last year? Ooh, what did I play that I really, really liked? Last year, I think the top spot would have gone to Horizon Zero Dawn. I finally got it for PS4, and it was just like such an engaging game. I think I played through it twice, and I'm really excited about the new one. I think it's just like a really cool world, and some of the best graphics that existed on the PS4 at all. It was just really, really fun. Combat was really, really good. Exploration was good. It was fun. Justin asks, if you could have any animal as a pet, what would it be and why? I was, pine martens are pretty cute. they're pretty crazy. They're like these little bouncy little friends. They kind of stand up. They look like they have an English accent, and they would wear a little hat. So my partner hates ferrets. Like I keep on like joking with him that we're gonna get some, but I might sneak a pine marten into here. Other than that, some kind of like medium-sized cat, like a caracal or a serval. Those seem pretty cool. Nils Riedman asks, sweet or salty snacks? Both, baby. We got chips. I love chips. I love jalapeno chips. I love Doritos. Oh my god, I love Doritos. And I love like Twizzlers and like little Halloween candies. Like, yeah, man, both. Give them both to me. I just need those carbs inside of me. AJ Peters asks, what's your standard Chipotle or similar order? Ooh, get that burrito. I fuck with the tortilla, cause tortilla good. Refried or black beans. Give me that cilantro rice. So then you gotta pick your protein. Carnitas or like a good chicken. Burritos are really hard to fuck up for me. Like really just like put all the stuff in there and I'm good. Gotta get the guac, gotta get the sour cream, gotta get cheese. And then if I can get some jalapenos in there, I will as well. Make it spicy. What does red mean in a non-musical context? Asks Peter Chang. It means Twizzlers. Philip Miller asks, if you were to summarize your approach to life in general in one sentence or less, what would it be? Philip. Be gay, do crimes. Adam M asks, what makes you excited to get up in the morning? How do you view your legacy? Jesus, y'all are fucking laying on the thickies here. What makes me excited to get up in the morning? Coffee. I'm always looking forward to coffee. My dog wakes me up, and that's kind of a nice thing. So, I know we're going to have our little morning routine there. I mean, generally, I have some kind of project that I'm working on. Like right now, I have like this modular patch that I'm working on for a possible live show. And that's really exciting. I was thinking about it last night, having some like, ideas I wanted to work on today. If you're keeping your hobbies or like your approach to your hobbies diverse, then like there'll always be something that's exciting to do. Or basically, if you get off on optimization and efficiency, then there's another realm of things that you can participate in that will give you pleasure, because like you're going to be like, oh, today I'm going to tackle the garage, I'm going to organize the garage. There's generally always something that I have to look forward to work on, so that's a big part of what gets me up in the morning. As for my legacy, man, I do think about that a lot, because now I have created a body of work that exists on streaming services as music, and also on YouTube as my voice and face, and also music. And I think a lot about sort of just how easily we are lost to like the annals of time and memory, like how so many of our ancestors are just gone. Like maybe they're like a series of anecdotes that we can tell people or pass on, but like there is a point at which we disappear from memory. I think there's a quote from someone, I can't remember who it is, but like you die twice, the first time when the body dies, and the second time when the last person in the world forgets you. And I know that's kind of dark, but I mean, it's just part of the universe. It's part of being alive. We are going to die. So whether or not the things I've created will leave a legacy, I don't know. I mean, I have no idea. I hope so. It'd be interesting to think that like, someone will listen to my music after I'm dead and like it will be good for them. But like, who knows? Like, I have no idea. So I'm not necessarily creating because I want to have something around when I die. I used to think that way, but now I just don't really know, because there's nothing I can do about it. So last one, Jason Mirrors, pie or cake, pirate or ninja? Okay, so y'all trying to make me decide between like salty and sweet and shit and pie or cake, but the answer is both. I'm disappointed that you're trying to drive a wedge between me and my snacks and my desserts. Shame on you. So both, pie and cake. Pirate or ninja? Pirate, I guess. Again, I don't speak Japanese, so I guess I'd have to be a pirate. Yeah, a cake pirate. Gonna get that cake. I believe that is all the questions. Thank you, everybody, for asking. This was a wild one. Happy 2021. Thanks for being patrons. And I really look forward to sharing this year with you, all the ups and downs, whatever happens. Thanks again. I really, really appreciate it. Take care of yourselves. Bye.